because we found that that's a little bit easier to go without less considerations of style, and also the high variety of men's dress shirts. So that's what we are starting out with, but eventually we were considering moving into all sectors.
I originally thought it would be great to buy online, and so I bought a whole bunch of things, and I found that some companies have great fitting shirts and others, an extra, extra large actually would be about your size, which is so small I couldn't even get my arms into it. So how do you have to buy shirts from every company to measure, to figure out what will work and what won't, or do they provide statistics on how long the arms are and how long the shoulders are?
So on Amazon, they already do provide some sizing charts, but by buying our MVP, we were also going to test out the if it's as accurate as it says it is, because some mediums will fit differently. Also, depending on where you get it in the world, from Asian countries, it tends to be a lot smaller.
Yep.
So that also comes into mind when we're creating the algorithm.
So you have created the algorithm, or you have not?
Yeah, it's a very basic Google Sheets, Google Excel sheets where we're kind of sorting everything that we found so far, and we have about 15 shirts in it, but we're looking to expand it more during our MVP phase, and then eventually talk to a computer scientist to program into it an actual sortable algorithm.
By the way, first of all, you got great work, guys. I think we said that, like everybody else that's come in here, it's not easy to talk, and you guys have been just as good as everybody. You guys are doing a great job. Question on the survey. You surveyed. You said you talked about the 7 women you surveyed, but were the men that answered the survey, were they in your target range?
Mm-hmm. Yes, we didn't include the data up here, but they were, the highest majority was between 46 and 55.
That's fine. I just want you, because if that's who you're marketing to, I want to make sure you're getting the opinion of them.
Yeah.
Then, last question I want, how is this different than, by the way, I'd be a great candidate because I hate shopping and I can never find a shirt that fits. How is it different than going and saying, all right, my sleeve size is 34, 5, 36, my collar is 17 and a half, and I'd like an athletic fit. How is this different?
Does someone else want to? Sure.
You don't necessarily have to have the answer. I'm just.
Oh no, we have the answer. I just didn't want to be the only one talking.
Got it. Okay.
Well, so you.
Very nice. Yeah.
So you said you have your sleeve length and you know your neck circumference, and you know what type of fit you like, but it may not necessarily be easy enough for you to go to a store and find that, and that's why we are here, because we can within a couple hours pick out that one shirt, so you don't have to do any work. You just have to tell us your measurements, and then we do all the choosing for you.
By the way, I have spent an hour looking for one shirt on Amazon, so I get it. It's just so much coming at you.
Yeah.
Last thing, speaking of influencers, why don't you have Ed, look at how sharp it's at.
Do you have an Instagram
But one thing I just found shopping for tickets is sometimes best value. So I might be a value shopper and go, ooh, I don't mind spending money, but I like that 4-star rating or 3, 4, 5, because just because you're buying a $100 shirt doesn't mean it's value, or you might be getting a great deal at $30. So if you can offer that to people, like, hey, we can find you value. So that's what you're paying for. I can find you great stuff at lower prices.
It saves me an hour going
and that's where people would go, because otherwise people go, why am I paying to do this? It's like, we're going to find you great deals.
Well, they're not paying any more, actually.
Correct. No, that's
So
what they're saying.
it doesn't cost, that's
You
great.
take a percentage, the retail is the same.
Yeah. It costs the same
Doesn't cost me
if you
any
were
more,
to
they
look
do
it
it
up
for me.
on Amazon.
But you say in your algorithm, then kind of have like a value thing, because some people will say, I just want the best shirt possible, I don't care what it costs and whatever, but other people might look at your value.
Yeah, and part of our algorithm is also we sort through the comments, or we look through the comments to find the verified buyers, because those are the people with the most opinions on the front.
And the most common is fit.
So as far as the different fit, so I'm a data person, okay, just so you know. So are you building personas, or are you planning on building personas based on certain sizes or fits, so that you can attribute that to, are you planning on building a persona for some?
Yeah.
Because they do that with segmentations for consumers, right? It's like, you have a certain persona for a segmentation for a person that's,
From the 45.
Yeah,
6
exactly.
then, yeah.
But when I'm talking about personas, it's like, because there has to be a tab in the hierarchy of the data that will align and ultimately allow you guys to start building your database, so that you can cross-functionally or look at the data from a cross-functional perspective in those tabs to help drive what that persona is. That's what's gonna start helping you with that satisfaction piece too. The 2 stars, 3 stars, 4 stars, because people of the same size, fit, build, what have you, that's what's gonna drive that algorithm. So is that part of your plan to do
So,
that?
do you mean like body type kind of personas?
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that the measurements are aligning with the ultimate fit that came out of this.
Yeah, that's what we were planning to do that. That was gonna be part of our algorithm, but we haven't had the resources yet to be able to do a full test of different body types. But that has been we've been considering that.
And then just apply a persona to that, so you can say,
Yeah.
okay, George is that double extra large guy with broader shoulders at this measurement, but there's also a double extra large person that may need more in the midsection, but their shoulders are shorter.
Yeah.
That persona thing is gonna be massively important.
Yeah, definitely.
So, in my experience, in buying shirts for men and buying shirts in that element is they kind of find, and I worked for Neiman Marcus and Nordstrom's and those elements in space, in the corporate.
Mhm.
And once men find the shirt they like and the shirt that fits, they buy 12 of them. They
I
don't
was just gonna
buy,
say.
they buy
When it goes away, you're like, wait a minute, they stopped making that?
That's right. You know, like, my husband has stockpiles of stuff that he was afraid was gonna not be available in the size and the shape that he wanted, that he finally found it fit.
Mhm.
So how do you get, so you don't have to answer this, but that repeat element of it, because they say, I know this Nordstrom shirt fits me and I know I buy it this way, and so they go to Nordstrom's and they buy it, or they go to that site, they buy it. So how do you engage that repeat customer?
You're saying once you help them identify
Yeah.
the best fit, the shirt
Yeah.
they like, they're just
Where's
gonna
the
go back
comeback?
and buy that
Yeah,
shirt.
or they buy
Why will they
it
come
once
back?
and done,
Mhm.
and they go, okay, now I know I can always go to Nordstrom's and get this one because I know it. So that repeat, really understanding how to keep that repeat customer and what's attractive to them
Mhm.
is something to consider. And is it really dress shirts? I was confused because dress shirts come in the collar and the arm length. I don't necessarily see dress shirts in medium or small.
Yeah, it depends on the.
Well, the
type
men
of
come in no
gear.
small, we know that.
Yeah, but no, they just got
Most of the time they do
Yeah.
come in that, but we've
Yeah.
determined that medium is like 15 to 15.5 neck.
Neck,
and then-
okay.
Yeah,
So you're categorizing it?
yeah.
Well,
Okay.
and like on the sizing charts that they provide on Amazon, they say, here are the 3 possible Van Heusen medium sizes. They have all different type of necks, all different type of sleeve lengths. So you're really taking a gamble with the medium that you want. So.
And as part of your unique value proposition, that you're servicing clients who don't like shopping but also don't want to look like slobs.
Mhm.
So they might know that they're a medium, but now they need to get the
I
right
don't mind
shirt.
looking like.
Hardly.
So,
Do you know what volume you're gonna need? I mean, I know we talked about 75 cents and it was
It was
a
a
discount,
$16
yeah, it was a discounted shirt. What type of volumes you're gonna need to really make this worth your time? I mean, you may not have looked at that, but I'm just, something you might wanna think about, right? Because this could be a great idea, right? But if you're making 75 cents a shirt and.
And when you
That's
go
a-
beyond shirts, because here's what I'm thinking, I hate the shop.
Pants.
I hate the shop. And if you're gonna find the right shirt for me, well, then you're gonna find the right pair of pants.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna find the right pair of shoes, you
Yeah.
know? Are you,
Yeah.
or do you think you're thinking about expanding beyond just shirts?
Initially, we were
I
trying
mean, you
to
have
be
to
more
start
specific.
somewhere.
Yeah, we had to be more specific, kind of
I agree.
to test the market, but we were like considering moving into just a lot of different parts because like shopping, like yes, you can find a perfect fitting shirt, but if you can't find anything else, like what's the point? So, yeah.
And also, once we have like an algorithm that works for shirts, we can apply it to pants, we can apply it to women's shirts.
Absolutely.
We can apply it to all these other like different types of clothing and stuff. We can apply it to polo shirts, button-down shirts, just long sleeve shirts. So it can be applied across like.
How do you keep it current? How do you keep, I mean, do you have to continue to shop these places? Do you have to continue to scrape their websites? How do you continue to make sure it stays current, because their manufacturer changes, and therefore their shirt changes, right?
Yeah,
They go to a different country and manufacture the same shirt.
yeah, at the moment, we haven't considered that, but we'll.
Yeah, but
keep
think
that
about
in
how you
mind.
keep
Yeah.
it current.
Yeah.
And things are evolving.
Yeah, by the way, the questions you're getting now are things to think about moving forward. We don't expect you to have the answers to these. This is to get you thinking about how you're gonna go about it. So, because my question, I didn't